don't know who I am by now, please, honey, where have you been? Hey, I'm Bui, and if you don't know who I am, you can go and watch my first video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your host with the most, Ubui, and if this is your first time watching this channel, you are most definitely welcome. And could you kindly hit the subscribe button down below to grow the family, and also hit the notification bell to be notified of every upload I will do in the future. And if you're a returning subscriber, a mind speaker, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome my honey, and I hope you do enjoy this video. Now I'm glad to be back to the original programming, okay? Because in this channel we love sit downs a lot. We are a little bit deep but also insightful about people like myself, little people. And lately we've been branching out into vlogs. I don't normally do vlogs. I get shy of doing vlogs, or let's rather say I haven't warmed up to vlogs yet. So it's really still a little bit tough to do vlogs, but we will do them. So we will do vlogs once in a while, whenever I can. So yeah, and today's video I want to talk about something that has been lingering in my head for quite some time now. Bui, what are you talking about? Okay, this is what I'm talking about. If you don't know who I am by now, please, honey, where have you been? Hey, I'm Bui, and if you don't know who I am, you can go and watch my first videos, and they will give you a bit of information about me and who I am and what I'm for, or what I stand for, okay? Yes. But just a summary, I'm a little person. Yes. And I talk about struggles that we come across as little people, or people that have disabilities, that live with disabilities in general, regardless of what type of disability you have. So today's video, it's also a vast one. It doesn't only concentrate on people like me, little people. No, I'm actually talking on behalf of, I think, most people that have disabilities. I think this is one of the common things that we all have or share. What am I talking about? I'm talking about having a partner, like having your family accept that you are grown enough to have a partner, either be in a relationship or get married, or even have kids for that matter. Because Ganingi, in this channel, I'm trying to teach people about us. But this time I want to focus on family. Yes, on family. Yes, our families are very supportive. We thank God for that, and we appreciate that a lot. Keep on doing that. We need that. However, we also need you to understand when to detach. When to detach and accept the new phase we might be growing into. What am I talking about? Well, I know this is common because I've seen it. It may not be Gim personally, but I've seen it happening. Whereby a person that has a disability, once they start being in a relationship, or once a certain family wants to marry this person, or they even fall pregnant, that family would start saying things like, we're gonna get you arrested, you want to take advantage of our beloved and all of those things. It's all well and good if you guys are protecting your beloved, right? However, they're also growing, and there's stages in life. Unfortunately, we can't skip them. And that's how God has made it to be, that everybody must have somebody that loves them, you know? And it gets tricky right there. It gets tricky right there because now this family would feel like you are here to take advantage of their beloved, which is a disabled person, or a person that lives with a disability, not a disabled person, a person that lives with a disability. And ngaleso sikhathi, we are also human beings. We are also human beings. We may not be like everybody else, but we are also human beings. We are supposed to be going through stages that everybody else goes through. And we appreciate your concern and your protection over the years. But sometimes you have to detach, just like you also detach when it's somebody normal or an average person. When it's that time for them to start dating or having kids or getting married, you accept it. We also need that acceptance from you and that support from you. Not always look into that situation as if a person is taking advantage of your beloved. No, they need your help. They need your support more than anything. They will say if they need your help. But nakhona, if they aren't saying anything, but they are happy about it, my advice is that you must embrace that with them. You must be there for them. You can tell when somebody is not in a good relationship where they are being abused or whatever. There you can help, because I'm sure it would be visible enough. But if there isn't such, I don't see why you are treating them differently than you would be treating a normal person or an average person, because they are also human beings. We also have feelings that you guys have. We also go through the same things that you guys also go through. It's just that we are in different bodies, differently made bodies. You get what I'm saying? But we also human at the end of the day. What you yearn for as a man, a man that lives with a disability also yearns for. What you yearn for as a woman that has a disability also yearns for. For instance, most women, not everybody, most women would want to see themselves as moms someday, perhaps even married, having their own family, raising their own family. Most women would want to see that happening to them. It's no different when it comes to us as well. We also want those things for ourselves. And one thing about God is that he has a person for everyone in this world. He has a person for everyone in this world. They may not be like you, but they are for you, because they were chosen by God for you. So if you aren't willing to give or open that window for your beloved person that has a disability, you are literally imprisoning them. You are literally imprisoning them, like they should be living in this bubble because you've been protecting them from this whole world and horrible thing that might happen to them. And what you don't know is that you might be killing them in the inside. You see it as protection. They see it as, how can I say? You are an obstacle. You think that you are protecting them, but you are actually an obstacle. Hence, sometimes they would feel like they are not worth anything, because in any way you treat them as kids even when they are now adults, when they should be going through life like everybody else. So just let loose, let them be, because nabo bangabantu, they wish to have what everybody else wants. They really do wish to have it. Just give them a chance, embrace the moment with them, allow them to think like that. They are human beings after all. They've got feelings, like real feelings. They've got blood, they've got veins, they've got everything that you have. And another thing is that you should be prepared, Guti, once your loved one or your beloved physically challenged person starts dating, chances of them falling pregnant or impregnating somebody, they are very high. Because in that dating, I'm sure there's also physical intimacy, right? Physical intimacy. So once there's dating, there's physical intimacy, and basically there would be babies. And then what if that person or their partner wants to marry them? Now, are you going to say no because they are like this? Or when they've fallen pregnant or when they've impregnated somebody, are you going to run to the police station and open up a case and say what? They did what? Like, sometimes it's such things that get to us, and sometimes we don't know how to put it across to our families, because as at the same time we would rather sizwe ubuhlungu sodwa instead of ukuthi sizwise nina ubuhlungu, noma sineke nibone nje izinto sezizenzakalela nje phela sengiyavumbuka nje ngelinye ilanga ngiyangena la endlini senginesisu. Because that's what would happen if you don't allow this person to go through all these stages. That's what would happen. They will go and do these things by themselves, and then they come to the house with already now a bigger problem. Like, now I'm pregnant, now what? Gandhi, if you guys knew that I was dating and got to know this person, all of us, we would be in this together. But then when I come home with a big belly, and now what now? Now what? So allow them to go through all the stages, and bangabantu nabo, just like everybody else. And yeah, man, let's just, yes, be protective. Just don't be overprotective. Allow nature to take its course, and also allow God to be above any situation, any negativity that has ever been planted in your heads, either by people or just by your fear. I mean, fear is a killer of dreams. Like, you would never get anywhere in life with fear. So don't let fear supersedes what it's meant to be, a beautiful thing in all of you guys' lives. Don't let fear do that. So just let them be, protect them when there's a need, but also learn when to detach. Just like you detach from any other person or any other child of yours who's not physically challenged. With physically challenged people as well. Learn to detach. Protect and support whenever it's necessary. Especially with physically challenged people that can still do everything for themselves. Like myself, for instance, and others that I know. We also need that kind of space. Unless if your beloved is a physically challenged person, like they can't do anything by themselves, then you would have to be extra protective. However, nakhona, you would never know how God's plans work out. There might be somebody ozomthanda njalo and help them. When I just have an open mind that this is what might happen and I should be ready for it, whether I accept or not, but this is how it's going to be or how it might be, and I need to accept. Embrace the moment with them and just see what will happen. Also, have faith in God. Have faith in God that everything will go well. Because ICT, you guys pass away. God forbid you guys don't. Let's say, for conversation's sake, you have me. Let's talk about me, for instance. But God forbid none of this happens, okay? You have me, for instance. I have a sister and a brother, and they're both married. And then I am the last born Ekai. And I live with mom, right? Because I'm not married yet. So what happens? Let's say my family was also one of the families that I'm trying to narrate in this whole situation. Mom passes away. Sister has a family. Brother has a family. Mom passes away. God forbid it doesn't happen. Now what's going to happen to me? What's going to happen? Because all of you guys have been shielding me from experiencing life, from possibly finding the love of my life, somebody that I'm meant to also have a family or a life with outside the life that I know, which is you guys. What happens then when mom passes away? I'm an adult. I'm not gonna live in another adult's house. I have my own. But then if I don't have anybody else, because you've been shielding me all this time, then what's supposed to happen? What's supposed to happen? Kanti, if you were open enough and embracing every moment and every situation and you won't have stress, Suguti, when mom passes away. What will happen, Ngam? Because maybe I would have found the love of my life. I would have found my husband. I would have my own kids. So I would literally have my own family as well, just like everybody else. So that's an example that I'm making, and I'm actually making it Ngam. So you see where I'm getting with this whole conversation. The point of this video is that we are human beings as well, and we need to be treated like such. What your normal 33-year-old goes through is what I also go through as a physically challenged 33-year-old. And everything that they want for themselves as a man or as a woman is what I would also want for myself, or what I also want for myself. However, if we have too much overprotective families, that can't happen. And we all know that we live in the real world where the unfortunate happens. And when such happens, what's supposed to happen to me then? Because everybody else would be set for life, and then me, I would be a burden. I would be a burden. And of which I do not want to be anybody's burden. So you get what I'm saying? You get where I'm getting with this video. So let us be, embrace us in every situation. And I'm sure most of us, they do want to have whatever everybody else wants in terms of relationships, marriages, kids. They are allowed to think like that because they are human beings, and let them be. Support them instead of always thinking the negative. Don't always think the negative about it, because nobody stays a kid forever. We are all evolving human beings. I mean, the world is evolving on its own, so it's only fair and natty as human beings to also evolve. You get what I'm saying? And one last thing, if you as a member of my family feels like that, now imagine how much more does that person that loves me feels, or their family, because their family would also feel like, yo, our child, are you serious? What if that family does not approve, or they think that you are taking advantage, and all of those, of which are, in my thinking, they are the only ones that have the right to can think like that, because they don't know you. They are learning to know you. They are allowed to have such thoughts. However, the family shouldn't really, because if the family also thinks like that, then there's nothing that's gonna work. Like, there's nothing that's gonna work. Y'all might as well just leave things. So indaba iqala njengoba besho bethi isilungu sithi charity begins at home. So if at home, but right, they've accepted, they're willing to embrace everything, eyakho, in every situation and every stage in your life, it's going to be far much easier for any other person outside your family that enters your life to also embrace and accept everything. That's how I see it. I don't know how you see it. So if you guys give me that thing, the family I might be going into, getting married into, or I'm burying their child, it's going to be very easy for them to also like accept me for who and what I am. So it's truly true that charity begins at home. It really does begin at home. So we need our family and parents and everybody to support us and embrace every stage of life that we go through, every situation of life that we go through, because we need you guys at the end of the day. We cannot do this by ourselves, because sometimes if you keep doing that, you are actually pushing us further and further away instead of bringing us closer. The only way for you to bring your child closer, regardless this time maybe they are physically challenged or not, if the only way to bring a child closer, it's by you embracing whatever they're going through. Then you are giving them that that opportunity to trust you and let you in on whatever in their life. However, if you keep being negative and saying things like, you're gonna die, you can't do that, bazodlala ngawe, and all of those things, then you are pushing me further and further away. You are not actually scaring me. You are actually pushing me further and further away. And that might actually happen because the power of the tongue, too much. Like, it's too much. So let's start speaking isn't upon our lives, because at the end of the day, we are also human beings. We want to be loved. We want to have families. We want to have careers. We want to have everything. The only difference is that we are shorter, or we do things differently, whichever disability that you might have. That's all. Other than that, we're all human beings. We were all created by God. And how many gods do we have? Only one. So you see? Yeah, so I hope this has helped a family that was asking themselves, Guti, how are they gonna navigate this whole thing? Well, that's how you should be navigating it. That's how your loved one is probably feeling, and that's how they would love for you to do next in their lives. Now, my honeys, with all of that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and also please share it with everybody that you think that they need to hear this, because I told you, this channel, we are not trying to take away from anything. However, we are trying to educate, motivate, and inspire whoever that watches these videos. Until my next video, my honeys, thank you so much for the love that you've been showing me for the past year. Yes, our channel is a year old now, and I've been getting so much love. Thank you so much. You can follow me on Instagram, it's Bui Speaks Mind. You can follow me on TikTok, I'm Bui147, and on Facebook, I'm Bui Siwe Chabalala. I do not have Twitter, and I don't think I want it. But until my next one, thank you so much, my honeys, and enjoy the rest of your evening, because for me it's evening. It's actually 9 in the evening. So good night. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.